everywhere you go now, people are selling pumpkins.
Yeah.
So it's not hard to find a pumpkin in North Dakota.
I was going to bring you a little pumpkin, but I thought it might be a bit too early.
Do you think so?
Well, no. That was just my excuse for not stopping.
To not bringing a pumpkin?
Yeah, it was.
Actually, Greg had told me, he said, I should stop by. He goes, you should stop by and grab some pumpkins on your way home tonight.
Oh.
He said that today, too. He even gave me some cash and said, because there's a little place out by us that they sell farmers market produce and stuff. He goes, you should grab some pumpkins on your way home. See how much they are.
Yeah, see, but it's on people's mind. In fact, there was a great, beautiful picture in the paper about pumpkins today.
Yep, people are starting to feel it now. It's cool. It's cooler at night, cooler in the morning. Yep. It's dark now at night and dark in the morning.
Yeah, I don't like that part.
I know.
Dark
I hate that.
in the morning.
I hate driving to work in the dark in the morning.
You want to put a pumpkin on your porch because then it's nice and orange and beautiful. And then when it's dark in the morning, you get to see that beautiful orange little spot.
That's true.
Make you feel happy.
What does that do for us feng shui wise? Does it give us good energy to put a living pumpkin or something on our deck like that?
Absolutely, yes.
Yes?
Yes. Mm-hmm. It's saying something about yourself. It's saying that you're honoring the season.
Yes.
And that you yourself are very open and joyous.
Yeah. And I am.
Yeah. So people who get into fall, they probably are very open to suggestions. And, I don't know. I haven't... most people like spring.
I think up here in North Dakota, a good portion of people, if you ask them their favorite season, it's probably fall. Just because we love the colors and the activities. Oh. We love the activities of, harvesting and bonfires. We're huge about bonfires and stuff up here and football games and all that fun kind of stuff. So, and plus the colors are so pretty.
Yes, and and they turn much more beautiful here, the trees and things, than they do if you get further down south or to the west.
Right.
The east, no, but the west, the leaves are there and they're gone.
Right.
They don't like here. They actually turn a color, then they fall and leave.
Yeah.
And then they leaf out.
They leaf. They fall and leaf.
That was our joke for the day.
But
I think I've heard that 3 times already.
I know.
Because it's that fall and people always want to talk about leaf. So I guess we could talk a little bit about pumpkins.
Okay.
And I do always a little bit of history so people know that we... check out our little topics.
Okay.
The word pumpkin comes from the Greek word meaning it was papo, and that means large melon. So then it gradually morphed from French to English, and then in America the word became pumpkin instead.
Okay.
Instead of papo. And pumpkins and squash were believed to have originated in ancient America, actually.
Okay.
They didn't really have like the type of pumpkins that we see today growing in Europe.
Okay.
It was not a familiar sight. I think when Christopher Columbus sailed the ocean blue.
Yeah.
That's a little verse we know, so we know remember the date.
1492.
Yeah.
Because it rhymes.
He did bring back a lot of pumpkin seeds because he was really fascinated with the beautiful color and how lovely it all looked. I'm sure he took pumpkins back too, but he took a lot of seeds because they keep and then you could plant them. But instead of planting them at that time, they fed them to pigs. So they really weren't consumed by people back in the 1400s, even though they were a mainstay here for the Native American
delicious.
people.
Bacon is delicious.
And archaeologists, and I'm sure there's more history, they assume that the squash and the pumpkins were cultivated along the rivers, but of course that's where the water was. Basically that's where most of them were. And let's see. Then at that time, this is to talk about the pumpkin. There's the theory of the 3 sisters. There's a squash, the corn, and the bean, which grow extremely well together. And when they were checking out, where did these pumpkins originate and where they grew, they found out this little 3-sister story. So the corn serves as a natural trellis for the beans to grow up.
Oh, sure.
And the bean roots set nitrogen in the soil, which nourish the corn. And the bean vines help stabilize the corn stalks on a windy day, so they give them strength.
I suppose,
and then the squash plants shelter the shallow roots of a corn. and shade the ground to discourage weeds and preserve moisture. So this is what they discovered in the early days, is how they were growing the squash and the pumpkins. And when I said squash, that I mean like they called squash pumpkins pretty much the same thing. They grew on the ground with the corn and the beans.
Well, and now even to this day, like when you get a farmer's almanac or a lot of those books, it'll tell you a nice order to plant things, nice placement in your garden of things too, so that they can grow together and meld together and complement each other. And
do they mention like the three sister thing to grow your beans and your corn? And
I
your
sort of remember hearing that now. I don't remember if it was Farmer's Almanac or some other book, but like another gardening book I have says grow your strawberry and your basil together, because the strawberries will make the basil sweet, and the basil will give your strawberries a kick, and then grow them next time.
Give your strawberries a kick.
Give them a little kick.
I like that.
Yeah. So it's a relationship growing.
So that's the nice thing about history. We can always learn something from it. So the pumpkin and way back then in Native American time, well, I'd say probably we're talking about 1400s. It didn't really give me a time here. They would roast the pumpkins over open fire.
Okay.
And they used them long before the Europeans came to America. They ate pumpkin and they roasted them, and they would dry them for the long winters. Dry them they pulverated them once they were real dried for flour. They did that for it. So they also ate the seeds. They would roast it, bake it, parch it, boil it, dry it. So they pretty much did everything they could, because the pumpkin was like sweet. It was a sweet thing. And it also could be stored really easy for the winter. They use the shells for dish bowls.
Yes.
To hold things, so they would dry them. And I think you can see. Of course, we experienced. I didn't know they did that with pumpkin shells. I knew they did with gourds, so that was kind of interesting.
Yeah, I told you. I said I like to do that too.
You do that with pumpkins?
Yeah, hollow out the pumpkins, and big ones and then little ones, and you use the big one to put soup in it. And then you give everybody, instead of a soup bowl, you give them a little gourd to pour their soup in.
Oh, see,
it's so fun.
She's doing the native. Maybe that's what they did. They did. They used them. You're right. They used them for bowls. And when the Pilgrims had when they were over here, and I think the second year they're here, pumpkin was introduced to the feast. But how they did it was they would cut the top off, put eggs and like probably their sugar and their spices in it and stuff, and then they would cover it with coals, and they would cook it, and then when it was done, then they would scoop out kind of like a pudding.
Right,
would be what they would be having. So they didn't really have pumpkin pie like we see pie with the crust with the pumpkin in it.
Right, yeah.
So it kind of changed over the time. But I think I like the pumpkin pie better.
Yeah, I like pumpkin pie too. That's good stuff.
It was such a mainstay for the Pilgrims. They even had little songs they sang about pumpkins.
Really?
Yeah, they made pumpkin beer.
Yum.
Yeah, they used persimmons, hops, maple sugar, and the pumpkin.
Oh, that'd be pretty good.
Yeah, so that was good. And let's see. Oh, they also used the pumpkin shells to cut hair. And the New Englanders were called pumpkin heads because of that. Oh. In order to get an even on each side.
A nice even cut.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So
that's
pumpkin
horrible.
was used for lots of little things. So cute. They're such a great thing. And the carving to the jack-o'-lantern it was in, let's see, which country? Irish and Scottish would carve potatoes.
Okay.
And then the English used beets.
Okay.
They would actually hollow out the beets and put charcoal in them. That's where we got the idea. That when those Pilgrims came to America, they saw the pumpkin. They go and the gourds and things. They go, oh my gosh, this is even better.
Right.
And that's where they came with putting the lights inside the pumpkins. Oh. So that's where that originated.
That's super smart.
So we got our traditional thing. And in the late 1800s, there was a movement that turned Halloween into a celebration to emphasize community and neighborhood activities and party together, to do socialization. And this holiday became known as, of course, Halloween.
Yeah.
Which we celebrate today. So that's our little bit of history on the pumpkin.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Who'd have thought that pumpkin has so much going on?
Oh, there was so much information
It's been around for
about
so
the
long.
pumpkin. It was, I just couldn't even grasp it all.
Well, and now everything has pumpkin in it. Soup, beer, lotion, candles, lattes.
Lotion. Oh my God. And
Everything has pumpkin in it now, starting in end of August through Thanksgiving until everything turns peppermint for Christmas. It's going to be pumpkin. It's crazy.
and a cup of cooked pumpkin is only 49 calories.
Oh, it's a good deal.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well,
Now,
here's
is that like the fresh cooked pumpkin? Because the stuff in the can's
either.
a little bit different.
Well, depends on if they have any kind of sodium or salt in it.
Right. What's been
I'm
added
talking
to it?
about just plain pumpkin.
Sure. Yeah.
A cup is 49 calories. So you can eat a lot of pumpkin to get up to your 1,200 calories a day.
Oh my
You might
God. I
get
don't even think
tired
you could eat that much pumpkin.
Yeah, I know. I think you get
Yeah.
very tired of pumpkin.
Yes.
So once you carved a pumpkin, we're going to say, get some little tidbits to make your pumpkin last longer. Oh, when you buy pumpkin, you should set it out in the sun.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll keep its bright orangey color.
Okay.
And in the nighttime, when it gets cold, if it's going to get below freezing, you can just cover it with a towel.
Okay.
But you can leave it outside. So it's better to, when you buy a pumpkin, leave it outside rather than bring it in your house because it will do better.
I have indoor pumpkins that are fake, and then I have outdoor pumpkins that are real. I do. I have a closet
Wait a
full of
minute.
fake indoor pumpkins.
Well, the fake ones, you don't need to worry. If you put them in the sun, they'll get lighter.
Okay.
They won't get darker.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Oh, Stacy, you are a kicker. Okay.
Thanks.
She has her indoor pumpkins. Let's see. Another thing you can make your pumpkins last longer, you can put them in a bucket of water overnight. So
Really?
they can absorb some moisture. You can add a teaspoon of bleach to the bucket of water and dip your pumpkin into it to keep it from molding.
Okay.
So, like,
I
if
did not know that.
You're worried about that. These are all information. There's like unbelievable, endless things.
Information
that
on
you
pumpkin
can
preparation. Yeah.
But I didn't get anything on carving because we just hit the basics. It says, what part of the pumpkin can you eat?
I would guess everything, right?
Yeah, the flesh, the seeds, and the blossom. You don't want to eat the shell.
I love to make pumpkin seeds.
Yeah, just not the shell. What can you cook with a pumpkin besides pie? We already talked about that.
Yes.
Everything.
Anything, yeah. It's a nice filler.
You can even have stuffed pumpkin blossoms.
I've seen that on food shows.
Ooh, maybe we should have some. I've never had one.
Pumpkin blossoms and zucchini blossoms. I see that a lot on food shows, but I've never eaten it either. I don't have any idea what that's like.
So now they say, this is another question. Can I make a pumpkin pie from a jack-o'-lantern?
Oh, okay.
So now jack-o'-lantern, yes, but it won't taste very good because
Yeah.
it's a different kind of a pumpkin, and they're not bred for eating.
Right.
So they really are best just to be jack-o'-lantern. But you can
Okay.
eat them. There's
Oh, sure.
nothing
They're
that says
edible.
you can't.
I know the deer like them.
Yeah. Well, they
The deer
love
eat the
'em.
hell out of my pumpkins. Yeah.
Okay, can I grow a pumpkin from seed and save the pumpkin I'm buying from you? Oh, wow, that was just a hypothetical. Can you grow pumpkins from seeds? And yes, you can. Mm-hmm. You may not get the pumpkin to look like the one you bought, but you definitely will grow pumpkins.
Yeah.
So it depends on what type of hybrid seed you have. But yes, you can grow pumpkins. They grow very rapidly and readily.
Yeah.
Okay, so where do pumpkins grow, and will they grow just about any climate? And pumpkins will grow almost anywhere. Pumpkins are successfully grown in every continent of the world except Antarctica.
Huh. Wow. I don't
So
think anything grows in
everybody-
Antarctica.
So
It's not
that's
just
how-
pumpkins. Yeah.
Okay, so how many days does it take to grow a pumpkin?
Yeah. How many?
Okay, it depends on the variety. It can be from anywhere from 85 to 125 days to grow one.
Oh, okay. That's longer than I thought it would be.
Yeah, it does take a little while. Depends on, usually up here, I think the variety I grew was an 85-day one.
Okay.
Like quick, instant results.
Sure.
How big can a pumpkin get? Well, this is interesting.
Yes.
In 2007, there was a pumpkin that weighed 1,689 pounds.
Wow.
Isn't that amazing?
That's a lot of pie going on right there.
That's a town.
It is,
You
yeah.
can make a fort and live in there. That's amazing. Okay, is a pumpkin a fruit or a vegetable?
I'm going to say it's a vegetable.
Beep.
Is it a fruit?
It's a fruit because the seeds are inside, like a tomato.
Oh, I suppose you're right. Yeah. Okay. And like apples have the seeds on the inside too. Oranges have seeds on the inside. Oh, okay.
And an average pumpkin contains about a cup of seeds.
Okay. I know because we like to make pumpkin seeds. Jeez, it takes a lot of pumpkins.
Yeah, it does. A cup in one pumpkin doesn't have very many seeds.
No, it's not.
Of course, you could get a healthy pumpkin that had more seeds, too.
True, yeah.
And that could be different. Okay, let's see. How many pies can you get from a pumpkin? Let's say a 5-pound pumpkin. Yeah, you can get about 2 to 9 pies.
Really?
5 pounds. Now, that's not a very big pumpkin. 5
No,
pounds.
it's not. That surprises me that you can get that many
that's
pies.
That's a lot of pie. Let's see. Will a green jack-o'-lantern stay green? I don't know if people want that. People are interested in that question.
I guess if you picked it, yeah. I don't know. If you picked it when it was green?
No.
Really? It'll change, huh?
No, it says you can prolong the green color by displaying in the shade, keeping it out of the sun.
Sure.
But all jack-o'-lanterns will turn orange as a cure. So you can buy it green, but it's not. It won't stay that way. If it's a jack-o'-lantern type one, it always turns orange.
I'm gonna have to do that little experiment. Try that.
Yeah.
See how quickly it changes.
That's it. People should try that.
Yeah.
Okay, so how long will my pumpkin last after I carve it? So if you live in warm climate, it may last only a couple of days. There are steps you can take to make your pumpkin last longer. So you can do like some of the ones that I was saying. You can dip it in bleach water. You can, there's like a lot of little things that you can do for the pumpkin.
Okay.
Bring it indoors at night, If it's cold, don't leave it out because it'll whittle. You can put toothpicks in it to keep propping it open. So let's see. Where does a Cinderella pumpkin come from?
Disneyland?
Oh, that's not fair. It's a country. It's France.
France.
It's most likely originated from the Americans, and it was taken back to Europe by Christopher Columbus.
Oh,
It's
he
called a
took everything,
Cinderella
didn't he?
pumpkin.
Damn
But
Christopher
they
Columbus.
Yeah.
How do we keep celebrating his
Yeah,
day?
they took all the good stuff.
Yeah.
So now here's another question. Are blue pumpkins edible?
Oh.
And where do they come from? They are edible, and they come from New Zealand.
Because
And
usually
the-
blue means poisonous in the wild.
Yes, that's right. Oh, it's very good. I don't know how many people knew that. That's why I mentioned I thought of the blue.
I only found that out this weekend because I went to the Fargo Zoo
Oh.
and I got to hold a skink. And a skink
Yeah.
has a blue tongue. And they said the reason it has a blue tongue is because they want people to think they're poisonous because most things in the wild that are blue are poisonous. Yes.
Cool.
So I found that
So
out
it was
this
hanging
weekend.
out his blue tongue, huh?
Yeah.
So leave me alone.
Yeah, he does. He sticks it out a lot.
Leave me alone.
He felt
if
like
you have your tongue hanging out, I'll know the next time I come
he
here.
felt like shoes. He did. He felt like shoes. Hey, Shell.
I have to say, I hear you talking a lot about pumpkins, and you haven't said a word about the amazing little cheap Little Debbie pumpkin cookie snacks. That they have.
Oh, would you like to say something about the Little Debbie pumpkin?
They're amazing. The
She
first-
says they're amazing.
You know what? They're just they taste like a homemade pumpkin snack. They're just awesome.
They are pretty good.
They
I do
are.
like them.
And
Yeah.
they actually are fun because they're even shaped like a pumpkin.
Oh my goodness!
That's right. They have like a little pumpkin smile. They're like a jack-o'-lantern.
And while they're not as crafty as all the fun stuff you're talking about in homemade, it is quick and easy for us busy moms. Pumpkin snack to our kids.
Almost everything that's made out of pumpkin always seems to be good. Whether it's bought and
I think you're right.
overdone, as I don't know, there's something about
You can't go wrong with pumpkin.
Yeah.
You can't.
You were just talking about, and I didn't hear the response on if you were supposed to eat the pumpkin. And I came home from work the other day, and my neighbor and her little girl, who is 3, Tegan, was actually eating the pumpkin guts as they were doing their jack-o'-lantern.
Oh.
And I don't think anybody noticed until I walked up.
Oh,
I was like, what are you doing?
No,
and she was just fine. So
Yeah, they're
apparently
eatable.
You can eat them.
Everything is
They
eatable.
don't taste very good though.
No.
Oh, those are my sunglasses, aren't they?
Everything on the pumpkin is eatable, so she's fine. Everything. The only thing that's not the best for you is the hard, really outside
The shell. It doesn't taste very
All
good.
of it's eatable. The seeds, the wiki stuff, everything.
Hey, what's that?
Oh,
This is actually a custom order from Nicole.
She wanted... the Nicole from the
It's not for
station.
you.
I don't think
where's
so.
the pumpkin?
I just thought it was cool to come. I wanted to show you. She's going to be picking it up. So.
Thanks. Well, no. If you would have left it, I'd been like, what the hell is that all about?
Yeah. No, I'm not going to leave it here. I'm going to take it back to the store, but I just wanted to show you. What it
That
says.
is nice.
Shine. Some people do more than light up a room. They light up the hearts of all who are in it.
That's true.
All right, Jeb, we're running out of time.
All right,
See you
all right,
later,
all right.
guys.
Okay.
Thanks for coming
Thanks,
in.
Shell. Thanks
All
for the
right.
sunglasses back. Okay, all right.
Okay, I guess we just we asked. We won't talk about cooking a pumpkin. We can do that another day. You said we're running out of time. All right.
Yeah,
we're
so
gonna skip
what we
that.
can do next week is we can do some pumpkin recipes. You want to do that?
Okay.
Or do you just want me to put 'em
we
on the internet?
No, you can just. I did the yummy pancake one.
Okay.
We're just gonna
Yummy pumpkin pancakes. No.
iced pumpkin cookies. We'll just list them on. They can get them. This is one of my favorite
I'll put 'em on
pies.
the
It's
on
pumpkin
the
layered
internet.
pie with cream cheese and pumpkin. Oh, it's delicious. It's like better than
Ooh.
having cheesecake because it's not as high in calories. And then one.
How about these
one
pancakes?
low-
Are they pretty good for you too?
Yeah, I don't.
It's not a
I
health
gave an
food, but
easy
they're not
one
too
with
bad.
the Bisquick.
Okay.
And if you're a gluten, you need to eat gluten free. That's
Right.
not the best one. I only use organic. The biscuit, I substitute the flour in organic
Okay.
baking powder.
Gotcha.
So I'm sorry, but that is the easiest one, and there's no difference in calories though.
Okay.
And then a quick pumpkin bread, and how to toast your pumpkin seeds, which everybody knows. And a chocolate chip pumpkin cookie. And this was in today's paper. This is just so cool. It's great pumpkin donuts. That was
Pumpkin
today's
donuts.
paper. I had never seen a recipe like that.
See, you are very
Donut
in
rolls.
tune with the universe as well because you were going to talk about this today, and this
was
was
in
in the
today's
paper
paper.
today as well. So look
Just
at that.
was so excited.
Pumpkin donut holes. This looks pretty good. So I'm going to have to try this.
And quickly, the color orange is a color of our emotional self. And that's why
right.
pumpkins are so good for us. They bring joy and a feeling of well-being. The
Well,
color
didn't
helps
you say
remove.
too, like
Go
orange
ahead.
is like
Yeah.
like a kid's color. It's a happy
Yes.
color, right? A very childlike color. So that works really well with it too.
And that color orange helps remove things that are stopping us from moving forward and any limitations. So if you want to, I tell people just look at oranges, feel better. Orange connects you with your sensing ability, which is sensing and feeling.
Okay.
And are what we call, our emotions. So that's the good part. It helps with depression. It helps skin problems, sensitivities. It helps anxieties. It helps with asthma and bronchitis because the orange energy color strengthens the lungs.
Oh, and
It
that's
helps
big this time of the year,
increase-
too.
Yeah,
I
and
was
helps
getting those kinds of
increase
things.
your oxygen intake. That's really good. How many minutes do I have?
Oh, you have like 3 minutes. You
3
don't-
minutes.
you
I
don't
better
have to,
do
like,
my
hurry.
conclusion.
No, you're okay. You're fine.
Should I do 3 minutes quickie of these little bit?
Sure.
Herbs that are orange are St. John's wort. Licorice is orange.
I
You
did not
wouldn't
know
think
that.
So. Grapeseed, what's that we probably know? Vitamin C, of course. Vitamin E, vitamin A, and antioxidants are orange when they're in the body.
Yes.
For herbs.
That's right.
And one of the best oils you can use are Melissa. And Melissa will help you lift your spirits, lessen anxiety, and ease asthma.
I've not even heard of Melissa before,
Yeah.
besides my intern.
Oh, it's great. So
Yeah.
the orange oils are Melissa, of course, orange, angelica, and lemongrass. It's really orange, even though we think of
Okay.
lemon being yellow. Okay, so if you put the yellow and orange together, these two energies help you face life's conflict head on and deal with one's financial responsibilities. Now, just think about fall. It's yellow and orange. You know,
Yeah.
if you put different gourds and pumpkins together, you got yellow and orange. So this is like a great time to help deal with your conflict in life and your financial responsibilities. So a lot of people in the fall make plans of what they're going to do with their vacations or
Christmas is coming
yeah,
up.
and they're planning their financial stuff. So that's interesting. And these two colors allow you to go with the flow and at the same time give you new ideas. So like new ideas.
Creativity.
Okay. And orange and yellow together are never boring. You
No, they're
never get
not.
bored. They're always very happy, intellectually fun colors together. Okay, I think that's what I wanted to say really quick to get those things in. And of course, the orange food we know is pumpkin, peaches, oranges, mangoes, melons, carrots, mandarins, cantaloupe, and yams, and we already know all that. They're all orange. It's really easy to tell which are orange foods. It's just the herbs, you know. I never realized licorice was actually orange.
I would have thought it was black.
Yeah, I said, I'm eating all this licorice, and my body's going to be black inside, but no, it's going to be orange.
It's going to be orange, and that's a good thing.
You know, a lot of people love licorice.
I love licorice.
Yeah, now you know. It's
I like
happy
the red
food.
licorice. Black, I'm not sure.
Well, it doesn't. It's
the
not really
funny thing
black.
is-
It's just licorice.
I can take licorice around the holidays. Like from Halloween to Christmas, but not another time of the year, really.
It's actually the herb licorice. It's
Yeah.
orange. So they used to use that when they made licorice. So I don't know how much is in the licorice now.
Probably not a lot. 80% sugar.
80% right or 80%.
Yeah, 80%
1%
sugar, flour.
licorice and the
Yeah.
rest is whatever else.
1 drop of licorice extract.
Yeah. And those can just be, we could, if you wanted to, talk more about carving pumpkins and things next time.
Yeah, let's do that. And then
You
we
wanna
can we can also talk about these recipes a little bit too. I'll save these here.
Okay, I mean, I think you had some really great ones. I forgot about the soup one in there.
I have a really great pumpkin, and usually I mix up pumpkin and like sausage, Italian sausage with a pumpkin soup. But there's all sorts of derivatives you could do with it too as well.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So maybe we'll talk about some recipes. We'll talk about carving pumpkins.
Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah.
Because there's a
That
lot
way
of
we don't
things
need to
how
rush through it. We
cook
can
the
have some fun.
pumpkin.
Yep.
Yeah, and
Yep,
there's
because
a
you want to talk
process in
about that today too, so we can talk about that.
People have asked
as well.
me that before. I mean, you know, they want to cook a pumpkin. You can cook your jack-o'-lantern, and maybe the different kinds of names of pumpkins, so you know which ones to eat and which ones not to.
Good idea. All right, so that way you're all prepared then for next week too. Save you a little
We're
bit
going
of
to
work
wear
too.
orange. We'll have to come wearing orange.
I will. All right, so now we can